Hi Virgos, welcome to your 2022 yearly overview reading. I'm so excited to talk one-on-one with you guys again. It's been some time. But yes, I feel Virgos. You know when you put things on the shelf and you're like, you know what, I'll get back to that. When I have space again, or I'll just keep it around for something to come. Like I'm not stopping, or I'm not removing this from my life, but I'm just putting it on a shelf while I'm focusing on other areas, in your life, basically. I feel this is a year, 2022, when you're gonna take out those things from the shell and you're actually going to bring some new life back into it in areas that have might been in the freezer or, on the shelf for some time. And for some of you, yes, that will mean that you might meet someone new, because I really feel that for you guys. It's a year for you for expansion, expanding yourself, expanding your knowledge, expanding your group, your friends, the people you hang out with, deepening bonds and connections. And yeah, might actually meet someone new if you're single and you haven't really put your focus on romantic energy for a long time. And this might really be the year where you revisit that side, even if you don't want to. I'm just saying, even if you feel I'm not ready. But yeah, someone might just sweep you off your feet this year, Virgo, and you're like, I'd like to see that happen. Just wait till the planets align for you guys. But if you are in a current situation in a relationship, if you're dating someone, whether it's for a shorter period of time, a longer period of time, I really feel that things are progressing. You are putting more and more resources together, deepening your bond, also are getting to know each other on a deeper level, and also your own needs and your wants in a relationship. So when it comes to things like that, I really feel, yes, that it will be a transformative year for you all. You might meet someone because you're traveling. I hope, definitely hope that that will be more possible for everyone on this planet again. But it could also be a local travel, more in your own region, basically, in your own state, maybe. You might meet someone there, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It can also be a deeper friendship or anything, but someone who inspires you, who puts your mind on something new, on something exciting, on something intriguing, and you're going with that. These are very and I felt that as well for your sister Earth sign Taurus, or brother Earth sign Taurus. I felt that as well. I felt it's so divinely guided. It's like perfectly orchestrated, because the universe is trying to awaken new parts of yourself, parts you might have not been tapped into for quite some time. And so, yes, I'm very excited about that for you guys, Virgo. It really, I don't know, something promising about it. Um, I'm gonna start shuffling because I'm gonna jump into the tarot instantly with these readings. I'm gonna put 12 cards down on the table, and yes, each and every card will represent one of the month of 2022. Of course, we'll do some clarifying and some oracle cards, and I'm going to go over the astrology as well, a little bit here and there, the major events that I felt that I should mention for you all. And yeah, that will be a combination of a lot of things for this new year reading. Okay, so in the beginning of the year, be conscious about your health. Okay, like just be conscious. Just take your, I don't know, if that's supported. Double check with your doctors, obviously. But like, if you could take some extra supplements, sometimes vitamins. Just of course, eating healthy in a way that is right for you is always highly advice, of course. And in January, for a lot of us, it's actually winter month, when it's dark and there's not enough vitamin D coming from the sun. All of those things is just keep an extra lookout. There might be some shifts and changes in your daily routine. You might feel that things just won't flow as easy in the month of January, but they are actually great as well to revisit and to really set some new goals, and to actually stick with them quite easily. Like it won't feel as hard for you to try out a new health regime or a new workout routine or anything in that way. It will feel like you able to really revisit, to look at it in a deeper way, to tune into it, like what do you like to change, And just take your time with that. No rushing. You don't have to have everything ready on the 1st of January. Just easily flow into it. So, first card out for January is the Three of Wands. Ships coming in. Who's coming in? What have you been waiting for? I feel like some of you might actually have ordered some presents for for Christmas, and they might actually arrive in January. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. Not for all, but for some of you, it happens to the best of us. Let me see. So let's talk about January a little bit. We have the North nodes shifting. All right, and they go from Gemini North Node into Taurus North Node, and the South Node was in Sag for a year and a half, a little bit more than a year and a half, and we'll be moving into Scorpio. So, if you have any of those placements, they will definitely be more enhanced, especially if you have a rising sign in Scorpio or in Taurus, basically. But we'll talk about that. What I do feel is that right at the beginning of the year, you will start to notice the shift. You will start to notice you have more energy. You will start to notice that you feel like you really are ready for something to begin or something to change. So you will ease into that energy right in the beginning of January. The North Node will shift on January 18. We still have Venus in retrograde from the end of December from this month until the end of January 29th. And we also will be dealing with Mercury retrograde from the 15th till the beginning 4th of February. So that's what I'm saying. Like January is for allowing things to come in. If certain things were still on its way to you, they will arrive, they will come in with the Three of Wands. But certain things with actually making big moves, making big steps, even though you feel the push, try to take it easy. Just, do a little bit more research. Check in a little bit more longer. Just hold on to it till the beginning of February. I feel then you have a very clear vision of what it is exactly you would like to do. Or, the answers you might be looking for in January or in December already. Okay. Second card. Wow, beautiful. Exactly. The Queen of Cups. You're following your heart in February. You're following your intuitive guidance. You know that what brings you emotional stability and happiness and overall just feeling emotional stable, feeling happy, feeling content, and knowing what needs to be in your life in order to have that, whether that's connected to your daily routine or your meditation or your yoga, your walk outside, friends, family, dinners, good food, all of the things what brings you that level of ease and calmness and serenity. And I think that's what's the word, because that's what's coming up with me right now really a lot with the Queen of Cups, like that easy pace, the serenity of it all, and also wanting to release the stress. So something comes in right at the beginning of the year and it makes you feel real good. Real good. All right. Four of Wands. You see, real good energy. Wow. Beautiful. Great energy, Virgo, right at the beginning of the year. We have a lot of planets direct from January on. End of January, a lot go because Mercury comes direct again at the end, and we have Venus also coming direct, and the rest is already direct. So definitely great energy in the beginning of the year for you guys. Okay, so we have the beautiful Fool card in April. You are going to take on this new energy of spring if you are obviously in the hemisphere where it will be spring in April or end of March, officially 21st, the spring equinox. The Fool card, it's about breathing in fresh air, not just only your lungs, literally speaking, but also figuratively speaking of a breath of fresh air. And you will start to feel that push more and more. I feel because in around April, we'll have Jupiter moving into your 8th house. It will definitely be setting things into motion where the build-up has gone towards. We come more in ease, like you guys will feel really ready to make those deeper commitments, or to new goals, to people, deepening of bonds, connecting yourself, but also receiving some good news. If you have text coming back for you around that time, it might be more than you expected it to be. Beautiful. We have the Wheel of Fortune as well. I completely, because I was so caught up in what I was saying. Let me first get the cards out, because otherwise it will take so long. Okay, they did not want me to say that twice. Wow, look at that. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, and then you have the Two of Swords for your own season. Your inner Virgo, your inner Hermit comes out. Great. So if the Fool, and they have for May, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles in June, and then you have the Sun card in July. Wow. And then for for August, yes, so this beginning of your season at the end of August, you have the Two of Swords. We will clarify that later on. Look at this. Be very conscious about what you're manifesting this year, Virgo. I don't know, you're manifesting a Gemini, because I wanted to say Gemini for some reason. You might be dealing with a Gemini. You have a Gemini rising or moon or sun, and you're here for your other placements. But the Nine of Cups is so such a big energy that I feel for you guys, because you feel like you can feel content, you can feel good within yourself, but you can also still feel like there's something missing. Like, you know, you might be very successful in one area of your life. Like, for example, you just graduated and you found a great job, and, you know, you're happy about paying off your student loans, and it's like good, and you have enough left for the rest of the month, and you're content, you're good. But then, for example, you might have an area in your life, you might not feel content with the way it goes with your children, and visiting, you know, like, you know, you might be co-parenting, you're not really happy about that, but then you put that sort of a little bit aside, you accept it as is. But you have places in your life where you feel content. But when it comes to the Nine of Cups, I feel you're really getting down to the nitty and gritty is what I'm hearing. I never use that, but it's what I'm hearing. Okay. To really get down to the, once again, nitty and gritty of what makes you happy, what makes you feel good, where are you content with. Look how happy you are in your own season with the Nine of Cups. And of course the 9 can become the 10, but the 9 is the one you give to yourself first, before you go ahead and combine it with another person and you share resources and all of the things. First you come into a union, you come into a deepening, you know, a connection, or into a job, feeling content and feeling happy and feeling motivated and fulfilled by yourself, you know, but who you are, aside from the one that you are in a relationship, the one that you are at work, just you. So yes, you have many reasons to feel successful already by the time your season comes around. Then we have the Page of Swords coming in for the month of October, and then we have the Queen of Swords for November. For December, can I get a card for Virgo for December? That's a card for Virgo for December. Again, Ace of Cups. Have you seen that beautiful the aces are coming true for you guys? You have really great energy out here on the table. Let's just clarify the Two of Swords. Five of Wands with the Lovers. Yes, okay, yeah, that's what I felt. Okay, this is a year where you decide, Virgo. This is a year where you choose and you get a certain options, and you have to pick one or pick two, for example, if there are multiple available. But it's about being able to make those decisions, to follow your heart. That's why the beginning of the year is so important, to tune back in. What brings you happiness? What brings you serenity? What gives you a good feeling? What brings you energy? What energizes you? What motivates you? Like all of the answers to those questions. and then to follow that guidance with it. Maybe you've been single for a very long time, you're like ready to allow love back into your life, allow your heart to open up, even if there's no one there to share it with yet. You want to work on, for example, your heart chakra. There's multiple ways to do that. It's not always connected to a meeting a new romantic relationship or person, right? Going into a relationship, it's there's more to life that is connected to your heart chakra than a romantic partner. But I do feel that you are feeling much more free in an area of your life. You are capable of breaking through certain cycles. Everything that is out here on the table is about newness and beginnings and opportunities coming at you, and also you just embracing a different way of approaching your daily life. And if you integrate that in the little things, in the little moments, the little ways you approach your daily routines, but also like yourself, right? In the way around the people, the type of people that you surround yourself with, that you give to, that you are a part of. And I really feel that there are certain people that just no longer are in alignment with you, Virgo. And staying around, you notice when you leave their house or when they leave yours, and or you have had certain plans, that there's always a moment of whether it's irritation or it's like disappointment, or you feel like when they, for example, don't respect your time, when they always come like really late and not even mention it, while you're kind of sort of want to know what's going on, and they don't necessarily respect your personal space that way, or your energy. And you really are ready for equalness in that, because you show up, you make time, you make space, you bring something to the table. Then it is more than logical that you can expect a minimum amount of respect in return from whoever, whether it's family, whether it's friendships, whether it's romantic relationships, anything, whether it's dating. And you're stepping into that power position, a power seat of like, that's what I need, that's what I want, that's what I deserve, and it's not too much, and it is okay. Because you notice the change in you when you're around someone who just is that way. Who's also respectful, who's very clear in communication, who shows up on time. And if they don't, they will let you know, on time, and they will let you know in a respectful way. They are conscious of the fact that it's inconvenient for the both of you, instead of just them being frustrated about being late. It's like, it's in the little things that actually can make you feel like you want to build up a wall, or there is just a wall that comes up between the two of you in that very moment, and that could be very draining. So it's a lot of external energy that I'm reading in your cards, and also in your chart, because you have the 9th house and the 3rd house activated with the eclipses, because of the fact that Taurus, it will be a lunar and a solar eclipse this year, both in your 9th house, yes, and then you have the South Node in Scorpio, which is your 3rd house, also a lunar and a solar eclipse this year. So it will constantly go back and forward a little bit between that, and everything in between the 9th and the 3rd house is also activated with that. But I feel that there are certain moments, and I feel around your season, because we have these one second, let me tune in for a little bit. Yeah, so I feel for around your season, you really would see who's there for you and who isn't, and who's really supportive of you and the new things that you're doing, and level of motivation and let's say cheerleading you receive from them or not. It might throw you off a little bit, because you're having to make certain cuts and certain decisions. It doesn't necessarily have to be with people. It could definitely be with a job. It could be with the way like your living arrangements and things like that, you're going to have to make some decisions. For some of you, you're turning 40 this year, or you're turning for example 30, or let me see what else is like a major, like a 60, like those are mostly like ages where you're like, wait, I'm turning 40, or I'm turning 65, or turning 32, like, and those mostly the ages where you're like, okay, what's next? How do I want to approach the next 10 years? How do I want to approach the next year in general? Like, what do I want to leave behind, like the first 40 years of your life, and then you stepping into new life begins at 40, okay? And that's just the thing. It's like, that sometimes can get you a little bit in overthinking mode, but that's okay, because you're not blindly jumping into anything. You are really definitely making those conscious decisions. So whatever around your season you feel more and more and more becoming very clear to you, by the time that Mercury goes direct on the October the 2nd, it will start retrograding, I believe, on September 10th. Out of the top of my head, I could look in my notes because I'm doing mostly on top of my head. Yes, September 10th in Libra. It goes retrograde in Libra, and then it comes direct in your sign, Virgo. But it is important to understand that just go into hermit mode around your birthday and make some decisions. Because I feel that even though could be a struggle, and it could be people trying to push you towards the other side, you're ready to make a change. Some of you are going on a road trip, like a long road trip, or backpacking. For some of you, you're moving from a stable home, for example, a home that's in one place, into a, for example, a van or something like that, and it's I don't know the word right now. It's not necessarily traditional, if I can put it that way, but it's what you feel guided to do, and you're kind of really ready. You've been sort of struggling with that thought or that change, and it could be in many areas for you guys, because obviously you all have your own natal chart going on. It's different, and it's activated in a different way, and of course you have free will, right? It's the most important thing on this planet, okay? But I do see you sort of struggling with it a little bit, and you're also having conversations with people with different opinions, and but I know, because the cards say it as well, you'll make the right decision, and it'll make you really happy, because look at the rest of your season, like that month, October, it just makes you feel, sorry, I'm completely off. This is your season, but the end of your season, it will make you feel so much better, because October will definitely be things going into motion, and you're just very happy about what you have decided. You're over that, so it's just a little bit of a period of time in your season, but I feel it is definitely connected to the Mercury being in retrograde at that moment in time, and multiple planets are going back into retrograde around that time as well. So, but it's good at the same time, because it's shaking you awake, and you are really ready to make those shifts and change for the rest of the year. And you have your sword up in the rest of the year. You see, with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords, you're getting things done. You're very conscious about, this is a yes and that's a no, and it will stay a yes and it will stay a no, because that's what I feel most comfortable with, and I feel guided to do. I'm done trying to please, done trying to do it what everybody thinks is best for me. I'm just done, right? You might actually also have you see how quickly it goes up with the Page of Swords to the Queen of Swords, because you see that when you make decisions for you, what you feel best for you, and you do that, and it actually gives you a good payout, and you're happy with it, you're content, you progress really quickly with the Page of Swords into the Queen of Swords. So at the end of the year, you're definitely out. You've grown so much. And it feels so much better, because yes, you're getting a lot of luck this year from the universe. Like, things just work out, and you meet the right person, and it's like all good, and it's just at the right place at the right time. You will have those moments of great luck this year, because it's what what's supposed to come for you. It really is highly guided, and you just feel really good about it. And there's like this new energy spurt, which is like beautiful. I love that energy. Okay, let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune and Ace of Pentacles, I do feel around this time, some of you are moving in, some of you are making that shift and making that change. And there might be some struggles because, you know, it's a whole change. Like you're moving in, going from both your own place to combining all of your do's and don'ts into one household. That is could be a struggle at the beginning, but I do see that you will get to a point where you're both comfortable with. So that's good. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles. So May and June connected to a lot of cards, which I think is a little bit too much, but we'll go with it. A little bit overall additional message. We have the Death card with the Six of Swords, with the Knight of Pentacles, and that King of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Yes. All right, so why does this come in for you? Why does the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles show up in such a small time spent for you guys? It's because you're starting to understand that the choices you make, the decisions you make, the energy you put in to either the positive or the negative, or things that are serving you or things that are not. You know, you are cutting the cords with lower frequencies, whether that is people with lower frequencies, like I just spoke about in the beginning, or it will be self-belief system of a very low frequency that is not able to get you to the next thing, because it keeps you stuck and stagnant into one place. Sometimes it's a job. Yes, you might have invested a couple years of your life, maybe even more than that or less, but intense period of your life. You might have invested a lot of money, you might have invested a lot of time, but you also know that you've grown until the maximum amount you can grow in that place, whether it's that city, whether it's that job, whether it's the brands that you're working in. You know when to say, okay, I'm going to cut my losses, but I'm going to invest all of this energy into something new, because I now have learned so much here. I know something more about myself. I know what my do's are and what definitely my don'ts are. And that's very valuable to know as well in life. And what you do is that you quickly build, because I feel something you had on the shelf, like I spoke about in the beginning, you're taking it down because you got some space for it now, and you grow that stuff real quick. It has been on the shelf, but it has been definitely waiting for you to pick it back up. So something, you might revisit something that you used to do, or you might add some new elements to something you already are doing, and it's very successful very quickly. What the most important thing is that when you start to receive those blessings, when you start to have those successes, regardless if it's connected to dating, it's connecting to income, because multiple streams of income is the theme. Don't let your old belief system or old people come back in and pull you back down. If you're just very conscious about what brings you that sense of serenity, that sense of peace, and you stay close to that core and gets you, out of bed and motivated and excited, if you stay close to that source, you will have, I have no doubt you're going to be very successful this year. That doesn't mean that you won't if you do get caught up in the Five of Swords now and then. It's natural. We all go through periods of our life when we're just not capable of being our best selves, or having the best approach when it comes to that. But you catch yourself again, and that's what matters most. Because each time you fall off and you catch yourself again, you learn a very valuable lesson, and it strengthens the belief system in yourself, because you prove yourself wrong, or that lower frequency, that lower thought, that memory, that person, you prove them wrong because you got back up and you learn from it again. And that's very valuable. So let me get a oracle message. I feel that for some of you, you might actually focus your energy on something new, and it all goes so quickly that you could get overwhelmed a little bit. But it's nothing that you can't handle. In the end of the day, it does make you feel really good. You feel seen, like summertime, and yeah, let's say summer, because it's June, July, and August are like gonna be great months for you guys. And then also your own season, of course. And then you have October. That's really, and you're ending out the year very well. Here we go. A lot of Virgos have this as their favorite color. A lot of earth signs do. I know a lot of Capricorns that have like these type of purple colors. Not all, I know, but a lot of you have these type of color range as your favorite color. I'm just saying. It's okay if you don't. Here we go. Care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Beautiful. Okay, let me read that from the book. We have Quan. Should be in the back. Yes. Kuan Yin. First of all, the keepers of the light want to acknowledge all the service and commitment you have offered to others. You are all love. If you are finding it difficult with anyone at the moment, the best way you can move forward is to go beyond wanting to understand why or how they are the way they are. Just move beyond their behavior, mistakes, and challenges. This card brings a message of friendship and care, helping you see that those around you have the best intentions. Even if it doesn't always seem that way, move into compassion and develop a greater understanding. This will elevate your spirit and connection to love. All right? So, I feel strongly as well this message is connected to... One sec, I'm going to have to take a... All right, that's better. It's very connected to what I was talking about as well. About sometimes we just feel like, okay, it's ready to move forward. This person isn't in alignment with me anymore, or this job isn't in alignment with me anymore. That doesn't mean that you have to get to all the details of why and what they're doing wrong and what they should have done better. Sometimes it's okay to just send the person love and light, but remove yourself from their energy. That's not only for yourself, but it's also better for them. Sometimes you have a falling out with a person who's been in your life for so long, but deep down you know that you are catching them every time they're falling. And with that, you have the best intentions, and that's just who you are naturally. But you also know if they don't get the opportunity to fall, they don't get the opportunity to stand up. And so they miss out on strengthening that belief within themselves. And sometimes removing yourself from a situation or from a friendship or from a job or a relationship, it's not because this person, the exact reason, this is what they did, this is what they don't do, this is what they should do. You know, you have all the reasons ready why you should walk away, but that's all from resistance. You can embrace somebody yet setting them free, or cutting yourself loose, but still keeping them in their light. And because you want the best for them, sometimes staying in someone's life isn't the best for them. Regardless if you might feel they don't deserve me, I give too much, they don't never respect me, they don't appreciate me. It's because they're not in a place where they can embrace that like love in a type of way. Should that mean that you should love them less and stay close? No, that should mean that you should love them from a distance and focus on your inner circle, the people who are ready, with people who have a healed heart, or healing yourself. And to learn to understand what it is that you feel so attracted to people who are not capable yet, or are in a phase where they aren't ready to receive your type of friendship, that type of level of love and respect, an equal give and take. And it could be a very valuable lesson for you. There's a lot of light and love in you guys. And a lot of people underestimate that. Because, you know, Virgo could seem distant and all of that. But it's when you get to know a Virgo on a deeper level. That's where you see that really you guys are extremely giving and loving and kind. And people can feel like they are your entire world when you allow them in, you know, or when they take time to get to know you in that way, and they give you the space to show yourself in a way, to feel comfortable with sharing your side or sharing your emotions. um, but I'm not gonna go too deeply into that. We're already 34 minutes. I believe overall it's a beautiful year, full of, for some of you it's full of traveling, it's full of expanding your knowledge. Some of you going back to school, starting maybe an online business, just all of the things that you feel in the beginning of the year. Especially we're talking about February and March, where you just start to feel more and more interest for, more and more connection to, more and more in alignment with. Go with that. And this year will surprise you. Definitely. It's so beautiful. I'm excited. All right. I have some Virgos close to me, and I have a Virgo moon. So I'm jumping a little bit in of this, okay? Now, I'm sending you a big hug, Virgos. Thank you so much if you're all the way up to this point of the reading. I love you so much and appreciate you a lot. And I'll be back probably before the 1st of January. If not, I wish you all an amazing, happy holiday season and happy happy new year. But I will come back with that one. Okay. Mwah. Bye, Virgo. Go get 'em.